Hi everyone, I'm coming on live in my group Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook, and today we're going to be channeling messages from your Starseed family members. So any Starseed family members that you may have with you, we will be channeling messages and seeing what they would like to say to you. There are a lot of energies that surround us. We have our spirit guides, we have our guardian angels, then you have the rest of your team of angels, and then of course you may have or may not have Starseed family members. Myself and medium Ashley Cunningham came to the realization that there were other energies stepping forward about 4 years ago. And we started to inquire and ask questions. And basically what it came down to is those of us that were starting to awaken and starting to ascend further on this path of awakening, we have help. Okay, so for those, some individuals will come to me for a reading, and awakening spirituality isn't in the forefront of their minds. It's just something of not as much of an interest. Now, what I am informed of is that a Starseed family member will be coming in the future to be a part of their team, but there isn't one there now. So you may or may not have a Starseed family member with you. Now, can we have more than one Starseed family member with us? And when I say Starseed family member, it's a way of saying a fractal of energy that incarnated with you multiple different times in different vessels other than human. And it's here assisting you in this lifetime on Earth during your awakening and ascension process. Okay, but they help us with so much more even than just that. And also they're just there with us to help us with our diet, to help us keep more of a clean, high vibrational diet. They're here to help us with what we watch or what we view or what we observe, to help us keep more of a clear, high vibrational frequency. And they're just here overseeing a larger portion of the ascension process on Earth. So it's really, really cool that we have this help. So these these energies, they may have incarnated as a good friend with you, as an Arcturian, a Pleiadian, Andromedan, Sirian. They may have been your mother. They may have played your father. So some of you may have heard me talk about my Starseed family members, I call them. I have 3 Pleiadians that are here with me in my home. One is helping me with my diet. Another one is here, and I recognized the frequency, and it felt like my spirit guide, Adrian. So when I inquired further, what this is a fractal of Adrian's energy here assisting me, and we had lifetimes together as a Pleiadian. So I have Adrian here to assist me when I need him, but I also have him here all the time as a Starseed family member. So that's pretty cool. And I really recognized this frequency right out the gate. I thought that was pretty amazing. So we have them here for many different reasons, and they're helping us with many different things. And what I was channeling actually just the other day was that we will be having more Starseed family members come to assist us in the future. So you may have one or two. I have three. Some people do have three, but in the future, we're going to have more than that. It's similar to when I was first channeling the angels, and they told me that we would be getting more and more and more on our team in the future. And I went from seeing around 3 on the team. So that would be like 2 guardian angels and another angel. And that was for people that weren't interested in any of this. They weren't interested in talking to their angels. They weren't interested, period. And then the people that were really interested, they'd have up to 11. And then as the years went by, I was starting to receive 25, 50. So a lot more angels are joining our teams. And in the future, when we have more Starseed family members joining our teams, I'm thinking to myself, well, why are we going to have more join our teams? What is it exactly that we're going to need help with? Isn't that an interesting thought? Like, why is it that these energies are stepping forward to assist us at such a rapid pace in the future? What is it that why there must be some reason that we will be needing them. So why is that? So that's a question that I'm going to ask them today. Okay. Very interesting, isn't it? This is something that was not even on my radar whatsoever. In the very beginning, I did not channel ET energies, let alone Starseed family members. But slowly, gradually, I started to channel Starseed family members, and then different ET energies stepped forward, and I would communicate with them as well, as we did yesterday when I went live. So why is it that we will need more Starseed family members as a part of our teams in the future? Okay. So my guardian angel saying the reason being is we will need them, and yes, and okay. She's saying that things are going to get rough and bumpy on Earth, and we'll need that backup energy to help stabilize our energy and also help us in situations such as keeping afloat, turning things around, finding an easier way of doing things, becoming more resourceful, stepping into our own power, bringing our energy forward instead of sitting back on our laurels, hiding out, observing, but not really participating. She's chuckling and saying that in the future it's going to be much more participatory. Am I saying that? So there's going to be many more of us stepping forward. And anything else you want to say on that? Any problems that we have, they're going to help us find solutions financially and otherwise. Give thought to ideas, information that will assist us, help us That's awesome. Awesome. So with Starseed family members, what I see is if I see more of a Pleiadian energy, or I'll see an Arcturian energy, for example, then that will be pretty much a dead giveaway that that person in front of me has had those types of lifetimes. Are there ever any Starseed family members from other origins that just come over and help out? Or is it always a Starseed origin from the origin in which that incarnation took place? It's always from that origin that took place. Okay? So it will, okay. It will be an energy that you have had multiple, many times over incarnations with, that knows you well and is a vibrational match to your frequency and can assist you here. That knows you well. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what do you think about the Starseed family members joining the team and assisting me? They're meant to be here. They're allowed to be here. And we urge them to be here. That's awesome. So what's the difference between a Starseed family member from another origin versus, say, my grandpa or my nana or a relative that is incarnated with me on Earth and then coming back and assisting me here on Earth? I'm just waiting for her to compute that, I guess. I'm just as quiet. The difference is these energies that you've incarnated with from other existences are quite advanced. So they're bringing their abilities and their skills to the forefront to assist you. A soul that has incarnated on Earth is not being asked to step forward and be a part of your spiritual team for the most part, although some of them do choose to do this. But if they do choose to do this, they know that they have a quite an undertaking ahead of them. And they do spend a lot of, if you want to say time, because we're living in linear time, but they're not. So they spend a lot of time in like a classroom setting, learning and growing to be able to further assist you when they come back to be a part of your team. Similar, like my Nana, who will be stepping forward and assisting me here on Earth in the future. It takes time to transition and cross over and get acclimated, and then when they're ready, if they're still capable of wanting to and able to step forward and assist you here, they begin the process of learning what is needed of them or from them to assist you here on Earth. Isn't that cool? So why is my Nana stepping forward and assisting me on Earth in the future? Number one, because I'll need it. Okay, and she has a strong energy and a stern approach, and they know that I'll listen to her, and she'll be able to help me. She's a wise soul, and everybody here trusts in her abilities to assist me. They can lean on her. She's going to be an asset to the team. But it's not as commonplace to have a soul cross over and then come back to assist on our teams like this. And even with my Nana, she's saying that she will assist me and then she will go and rest and take time out and then come back and then assist me and then take rest. So she'll be back and forth. Okay. Whereas these Starseed family members, in my viewpoint, from what I'm seeing, they don't come and go. They're always here. So is that the case? Always here? Yes. They can sustain their energy for longer periods and assist you with much, much more. That's why they're here. To comfort you, to guide you, to assist you, to problem solve, to balance your energies when things become too much, when things become too bumpy or too difficult. Okay. That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that makes a lot of sense. All I've ever seen as I have gotten older, and also depending on what people need too, if they need more, then they'll have more angels on their team. But, there was a time when I had 7, then I had 11, and now I have far more than that. I haven't checked in recently, but it's up there. Mm-hmm. Yes, Faith is saying so much high vibrational energy has been flooding her vessel over the past few days. Definitely welcome more Starseed assistance to help anchor this light. Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of solar flares coming in. But one good thing out of it is I notice I'm more upbeat. I'm more chipper. The light seems brighter to my eyes. I'm not feeling like I have to burn a candle day and night to transmute energy like I did last year. So we've come out of a purging stage here on Earth, and this is the time, if there was ever a time this year, okay, for you to get out and enjoy yourself, do it now. Do it now through the summer. Get out and get lots of sunlight. Go and enjoy yourselves as much as you can, because what's going to happen come the fall? Any ideas? What's coming? Any hint of an idea? Okay. Mm-hmm. So come fall is going to be more slowing down. Again, COVID's going to spike again. Don't be surprised if more restrictions are put in place. Don't be shocked by that. And then, of course, there'll be more purging of denser frequencies on Earth. So we're just going to be feeling like hunkering down, slowing down, and it's going to be feeling a bit heavier as this heaviness gets purged, okay, from the entire planet. So is that coming September, October, November? It's really coming in September. It will start in September. There's other things that will be kicking off in September on the planet as well, creating pockets of chaos. So it's really important to hold steady. So it's all in tandem with the frequency, the energy. People that are not grounded or not awake, and they're not quite sure what's transpiring, and they're feeling this frequency permeating them and the planet, it can feel very uncomfortable, uncomfortable even in your skin. It can kick your anxiety up, your heart palps, right? As you're anchoring in this light, but people don't understand what's going on. So come September, this is when it will pick up again. And then we're going to carry that through until the end of February, beginning of March. So remember, this time right now is the time to get happy moments, sunshine, exercise, feeling good. Okay? So important, because come the fall, it's going to be basically hanging back again, and things feeling a bit heavier with the frequency as it's being cleared. It's not that the frequency is heavy, it's just that it's getting, picture it getting taken up, and then we're all feeling it. And then there could be some, from what I'm gathering, heavier things going on the planet, and collectively we're getting purged. You feel that, especially when you're opening and you're more sensitive and you're awakening, and you're feeling you're getting cracked open. A lot of people that take my mediumship courses, they start to feel more sensitive. They're able to channel, they're able to communicate much more. And you're not as closed off as you once were, where you could ignore things, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Well, you better be making sure you enjoy yourself, Richard. I'm always one that has always said this, okay? Like when COVID first hit, I was like, I'm going to breeze through this. I'm going to keep my light bright. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Da, 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 da. Well, I pretty much got myself face planted into the ground pretty quick. There were a couple surgeries that I had. And the heaviness on the planet collectively was so intense that I had my curtains drawn and I was burning candles a lot and resting. But it was a real eye-opener as to, I always felt like I could hold my light separate and I could keep it bright no matter what. And nothing out there in the world was going to dim that light. But what I got a realization that this kind of purging that's taking place on Earth is just so needed, number one, but it affected me greatly as I am much more open and sensitive. And I didn't like that too much. I was like, no, I'm going to hold my own. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, apparently not. So there was a lot of sleep, a lot of rest. But then there were moments where we were taking in so much light frequency last year that like you can't even sleep. There'd be weeks where I couldn't sleep. So that was a lot too. So there were these moments where you couldn't sleep, itchy hot pockets, heart palps, anxiety. And I'm not typically an anxious type of person. So when I was feeling that so intensely, I was like, my God, this energy is kicking I'm getting my ass kicked. Okay. So it's not fighting against it, but just lighting the candles and trying to, and staying as positive as you can and riding it out. Don't buck the current. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good. Oh, that's so good. Thank God, Richard. Thank God. Northern Ireland, here we come. How awesome. That's wonderful. Just remember, taking in too much of this cannot always be a good thing, Richard. Good times lead to more good times that lead to more good times that lead to, okay, your energy and your body having enough. That's Auntie Kristin talking. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely confusion amongst people. I always remember Eric saying, it'll be like a magnifying glass on an anthill. Picture all this light frequency intensifying each year that we go forward. How much can you take? How much can you take? How much more can you take? Yes, you're probably going to get accustomed to the ascension symptoms, but how much more light frequency can you take in your body and be okay with not as much sleep? And when it's permeating through your vessel, you hanging on for dear life. Some people have like super hot hands and hot feet and they're overheating at night, and it just goes on and on. But the beautiful thing so far that I've realized is that it comes in waves. So it's not going to last forever. We will it'll come on and then it will back off. However, in years to come, what they're telling me is that we're not just going to get permeated at night from this light frequency or during the day when we're out in the sunlight and the light codes are coming through the sun rays, but this frequency is just picking up pace, giving us more and more. And then what will happen is we start to anchor it during the daytime too. So we're anchoring it at night and during the daytime. And then it's not just going to be 10, 12 hours a day. It's going to be 24 hours a day. How is most of humanity going to handle that? 24 hours a day. How do you foresee humanity handling that 24 hours a day? It's going to be really rough for some. They're not going to understand what's going on. A lot of people are going to have experiences through the veil. They're going to see and communicate with energies through the veil very fluidly, very easily, but they won't know what's going on. They're going to need help. They're going to reach out for help. They're going to need assistance as to how to manage these abilities that are freshly, newly opening. There will be those who will be stepping forward and channeling, similar or like myself. Many more will be doing this. Yes. Yes. She says, some are going to resonate with me and some aren't. Some are going to resonate towards another person. And that's okay, because we all have a different frequency. So you may like some and you may not like others, and that's perfectly fine. What she's suggesting is that we are kind towards all. Just because something doesn't resonate with you or you don't like it doesn't mean you can't be kind or friendly. Okay. All right. Good. 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 Okay, so let's channel some messages from our Starseed family members. First one I'm going to channel is my own, so we can get a little taste of what that's like. So I'm I'm looking for the male Pleiadian that I've had incarnations with that is a fractal of my spirit guide, Adrian. Okay, so do I call you Adrian? I haven't even asked this yet, if you can believe it. Let's see what happens. No, I am an offshoot, a spark of Adrian's light. You also have many lights out there too, Kristin. This is what allows us to be omnipresent. One of the reasons why it allows our energies to be omnipresent. Being a spark of the whole. Yes, it's easier for us to understand it that way. A fractal or a spark of. I am here overseeing the other two Starseed family members, if you wish to call them this, energies that are also here assisting you. And I am also overseeing your ascension process here on Earth. We listen and tune into what your energy needs in the moment and fine tune and tweak things, your energy, my energy, or the, okay, he's talking about fine tuning and tweaking the incoming energy, because if it becomes too much for me, then they can shield me from it, to help dial it down a bit. he's saying that I'm pretty vocal though as to what I need. I sure am. So usually they kind of have to gauge on us our complaints about ascension symptoms or lack of sleep, right? Like, how much can we take? And we might even complain, but just keep taking it. Whereas with me, I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I don't like these itchy hot pockets or whatever is happening. I'm not enjoying this anxiety. Maybe we could turn it down. Like, I'm super vocal with them as to what I like and what I don't. He says, but overall, they will be here for the remainder of my lifetime in order to make this a more steady, fluid, more enjoyable journey for me, rather than getting a bumpier ride with these waves of energy coming in. Okay. All right. He's just thanking me. He's Adrian's energy, but he's more all about business. He's here to work and make sure that everything's running smoothly. This is what he's like with me. Is that too funny? All right. Mhm. Absolutely. Are energies also causing exhaustion and mental fog? You bet they are. 110% yes. Yes. The answer is 100% yes. And so, how do we fix that? How do we make that better? Does anybody know? hmm How can you get help with what, Ruby? So, does anybody know how we can get help with the exhaustion and the fog? Oh, Richard's taking my courses. Lots and lots of grounding. Ground yourself every day like it's your number one top priority, your job in life. Because grounding is imperative. If you have starseed origins that are vastly different than Earth, you're going to need to ground more than anyone else. Abria, yeah, I'm calling you out a little bit. You're going to need to ground your energy like nobody else. That'll be your full-time job every day. You will put aside 20 minutes, maybe up to an hour. So exercise, cardiovascular exercise can be very grounding. Eating rooted vegetables, very grounding. Epsom salt bath or salt scrub, grounding. Also going out into nature, nothing more grounding than that. Leaning your back on a tree, super grounding, right? Sitting your bum on the earth, walking on the earth with your bare feet, living and or being around a body of water, very grounding. Be around grounded people that help ground your energy. If people really get you wound up and ungrounded on a repeated basis, then you might want to shift gears. When I was younger, I thrived around ungrounded people. I was there for the thrill ride. I was there to go out and have fun. I went years like that. But when we're anchoring this energy now and we're moving forward on what's coming on Earth, you're going to need to ground your energy like nobody's business. Remember that. EFT tapping can also help too. Sleeping if you can get sleep. If you can't get sleep, you might want to try cardiovascular exercise in order to help tire and fatigue your body out a bit more so you can get some sleep. Plants inside the home. Wonderful. So wonderful. Rose quartz, palm-sized, rough cut, has the most kick of energy. Put it on your lap by your pubic bone to help ground you while you're indoors. But if you are vastly having a hard time getting your energy into your vessel because you had vastly different ET origins, okay, you will need to go outside and ground yourself. You need to go anchor yourself to the earth. And does anybody remember the last piece of guidance to help make things easier? Earth, please pull my energy through my vessel, out my feet and my root chakra into you on a steady, regular basis. Please pull my energy through. Pull this energy that's coming in, streaming through me, and my energy into my body and down and out, okay? Because it's circulating through you. So that way the earth can help transmute, which is great. But also what happens with these ascension symptoms is you have this light frequency coming in, but it kind of so much coming in at once, it kind of bottlenecks up in the top part usually, or the whole body overheats because you're taking in so much. So the earth will just help to pull it through so that you're not getting tag teamed by this energy so intensely. So your ascension symptoms will drop down. Things will be much more comfortable for you. If you're going to be eating cans of Coke, chocolate bars, and you're going to be guzzling booze every night, you're probably going to have a harder time of it than other people that don't. Just being honest. That's an example. if we're already ungrounded and you're going out, boozing it up and doing lines of cocaine, for example, you're probably going to feel like you're literally coming out of your body. Literally. So some ways that we know that we're ungrounded is a racing mind, overactive mind, worrisome, overthinking, overanalyzing mind. Your energy will probably be through the roof. And you may even forget things a lot of the time. May not, or you lose things a lot of the time. You're forgetting things and you lose things all the time. All right. Excellent. Chrissy, I love it. You're already channeling before I channel for you. Okay, so who is with Chrissy? Octurians. And I can feel their frequency. And they're off here on my right. So anybody that ever wants to pick up on your Starseed family members, you can ask them to step forward. And then you're going to have a quiet mind and you're just going to feel their energy. Where is it? It's right here. It's bucking up against my face and my body here. I know exactly where they are. Okay, and I get this in my head too. Accurate. Okay, they're doing that and pointing at you. Accurate. You received that accurately. Okay. Do you want Chrissy to know anything? Yes. Okay. Tell her these words, please. Relay these words, please. In the incarnations that you have had as an Octurian, you were predominantly a mental being, and that energy is brought forth into this incarnation as a human being, where you are up in the head more. Okay, so it's just a natural way of being with you being up in the head more. Try not to overanalyze or worry about things that have not yet come to pass. So your mind being in the future, thinking about the future, being in the future a lot of the time is not healthy. They'd like you to stay in the present moment and hand off your concerns about what is going to transpire in the future to them, so then they can work on it and transmute these worries and then bring in the best outcome in your future. And then anytime you go and you start to do the same old tape pattern, because that's what we love to do, start worrying about the future, thinking about the future, you reminding yourself that you've given it to your Starseed family members to take care of and bring in the best result or the best outcome. That's what you're going to remind yourself, and then you're going to let it go. They're thanking me. Yes. Why is Faith being drawn to Sirius? Does she have a Sirian with her? Yes, you do. It's not one of your top incarnations. So, we can have Starseed family members from different locations because we've been in different bodies. It's not just that I've been a Pleiadian. I tried it out as an Octurian a couple times and I didn't like it. And I've also had like an elemental type of energy that I've also tried out as well. And then, of course, Earth is one as well. So this Syrian lifetime, you know what I get with them, Faith? I don't know if you get this, but I get like a kind of a piercing kind of sensation here, which is where my ear chakras are located. So I'm assuming that's where they're coming in hot and heavy. It's a very strong energy, very more, that's just how they are. All right, so where are we going with this? You're here assisting with her awakening and ascension process and being a part of your team. You already have Starseed family members that have been here with you for some time. And now this one is joining the team, making its presence known. and just thanking me. Very direct. Very, very. This one's going to, I think, move mountains here, to be honest, because very, the feeling of it is eager to be here, happy to be here. So here we go. This is an addition to your team, and this is what everybody said was going to happen. We're going to get more Starseed family members, so big shocker now that you have another one. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Ruby's wondering about her healing hands. She feels confused at times. Uncertainty breeds more uncertainty. So they want you to practice getting really sure about things. Even if you're winging it and you're guessing, that will start to move you into more of a sure, confident role in your life. And it's not just about the healing hands. It's also about just being this way in the world. Become certain and sure, even if you're guessing. They want you to practice doing that. There is energy flooding through your vessel and coming out your hands. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know what this energy is doing or why it's here or why it's coming out of your hands. Simply, if you feel drawn to placing your hands, you know what I'm getting? You placing your hands on animals. So I don't know if this is something that you're doing, like a pet. Even if there's nothing in particular wrong happening with the animal, it will just help to soothe any aches in the body, just help to make them feel good, make them feel better, just help to soothe the body. They want you to practice doing that. So I don't know where you're going to be around pets or animals in general. Maybe you go and do dog walking, or maybe you volunteer at the local shelter. And then when your hands heat up, you know to place, yeah, they would really love that. Because there's so many animals in the local shelter that really need our help. There's an overpopulation of animals and overbreeding happening. They do not recommend us purchasing animals from like puppy farms or those puppy shops, okay, or animal stores, because that's where these animals come from. So they're mentioning my older sister who did that. She got a dog from one of those shops, and that dog was not right in the head, inbred as it could have been. It got to the point that my sister gave the dog away for free 2 months later because it was just, no one was home upstairs mentally. Okay. They want you to go forth and help practice with your hands on animals, and you don't need to know all the answers. That's what I'm receiving. So let me know in the comments. Oh, how many Starseed family members does Connor have? You're getting 7. All right, let's count it out. Okay, so I'm getting Pleiadian. Okay, so let me know what you get. But that's not the only Starseed origin on your team. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looking for any others. Nope, it's 7. This one on the far left, the 7th, is a little bit further away, kind of like the backup, not as close as the others. So, okay. And Pleiadian is not your only origin. So let me know in the comments. All right. Excellent. Oh, that's so good, Richard. Out there running 5K super fast. You're doing better than me right now. I'm doing a lot of weight training, just starting to. hmm hmm You know, if breathing is hard, you can ask them to help you with that, and ask them to help you with the COPD. Okay, make it clear to them what you need help with. Okay, and then they'll guide you to do certain things, and you're like, "Why am I being guided to acupuncture? I don't know." For example, so whatever they feel will help. Mm, okay. hmm Yeah, yeah, that's great. All right. So Melina wants to know if she has any Starseed family members with her. You've got one, and then a second one that's kind of coming and going intermittently. Okay, so the one is, what is that? I have to let it sink in and wash over me, and then they'll form it in my mind. Right now, frequency is, oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Lyran, and the other one is Syrian. What a combo. But the Syrian's kind of coming and going. Why is the Syrian coming and going? Okay, just not needed at this time yet. We'll be staying for longer periods when this Syrian is needed. So the Lyran is here because helping you feel more confident in the world and more comfortable within your own skin, helping you with the ascension process. It's all about helping you feel comfortable here. Okay. So a lot of starseeds feel like they just want to leave. They don't feel comfortable in their body. And this isn't just about, like with my mother, for example, she's had many Arcturian lifetimes. So she just would take for 2 hours to get ready every morning. Physically, appearance wise, she didn't feel comfortable that way. But this isn't just about that. It's about maybe not feeling comfortable in your own body. So some of the ways that we don't feel comfortable in our own body would be the way maybe clothes fit. We don't maybe have intimate connections with people because we don't want to be intimate in this body. I'm using these as examples. I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying some of the ways that we don't feel comfortable in our vessel is we just kind of hide away from people even, and we don't interact or connect. We don't like it when people stare or look at us, right? When we walk into a room, we feel anxiety or really nervous and not comfortable. So this is what we can ask our Starseed family members to help us with if we feel this way, to help us feel more comfortable. Oh, it's been incoming energy, Ada. Incoming energy, overheating, intense dreams, clenching jaw. It's been a good time. Any other reasons why Ada's not sleeping? When this energy comes in, we can have an overactive mind, a busy mind, because there's a lot of purging unfolding. We could be having dreams or thinking about things that we haven't thought of for a long time as they come up to the surface to get purged. These light frequencies are coming from the solar, from the sun, solar flares, from this, and I'm getting central sun, and there's more to come. They say, the scientists, they think they have it all figured out as to how many solar flares that we're going to have washing over the planet, but there's way more coming. They think it's like, okay, we're planning in 2023 it's going to be heavy, or no, it was 2025 from what I read. They think it's going to be heavier in 2025, okay? More solar flares coming. But what Spirit tells me is that there's just more coming, period. they're suggesting that you sleep during the day or when you can. Okay. Okay, so Fernanda's getting tingling around her head. Is there a Starseed family member that has a message for her? Or is that a Starseed family member? I'm getting yes. Okay. Orion. Yeah, I can see that. Orion. It's not that I see it, I'm also feeling it. It doesn't feel Lyran, it doesn't feel Arcturian. It feels like Orion to me. And they're giving me the star cluster as well. And is there any message that would like to come through? Yeah, the message coming through is for you to keep stepping forward, being you, not trying to fit in or people please or please others. So something's shifted with you, Fernanda. Are you doing more of this now? Are you just being you, separate from what others want you to be or expect you to be? Gosh, let me know in the comments. They're really happy about this. Keep shining your light brightly and being comfortable and just being you. How fascinating that that's the message coming through, isn't it? They're really proud of you for stepping forward in this world like this. All right, so I'm going to move down to see if there's any answers to the questions that I have asked. Ooh, Dundee, Scotland. Love it. Oh, and the UK. Love it. Oh my gosh, Ruby. You used to help cats give birth. So there we go. We're going to go and help them again with your hands. Dogs and cats is what I saw. But the first I saw was cats, but I also saw dogs. Okay, so it's about placing your hands upon them to help them. And you don't need to know what the energy is going to do or how the energy is going to help them. It could just simply be helping them with aches and pains in their bodies or putting them at ease. Because if they're in a shelter, they're probably scared and they're probably needing that calm frequency to help stabilize their energy, for example. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's cool, Melina, that I'm picking up on Lyran and you often get cat images. And then a feral cat came to you. Yeah. And you often want to leave Earth. Yes. So it's all about feeling more comfortable in this vessel and here in this frequency. Okay. Ask your Starseed family members to help you do that. They can help you do that. And you'll feel much more calm and at ease here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, and and you just asked your sisters why you always get stared at. Right. So picture yourself. You are a big time starseed here on Earth, and others notice that. They notice the energy is a bit different. They notice you're a bit different. You know you're a bit different. But you're going to walk through anyways and be you. Because we need that diversity. We need that difference here. Okay? We need whatever different is. I do a big eye roll on that. That's great. Okay. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Fernanda. Good. Is that resonating with you, Fernanda, that you're starting to walk the path as you, separate from others' opinions of how you should be? Okay. I wish I could stay here for another hour with you guys. I really do. But I got 4 minutes until I must be off and working. But, you know, honestly, like when you really love a lot of what you do, it's not work, is it? So remember, if you guys would like to delve in deeper and learn more about your Starseed Origins and your Starseed family members, this is what we're going to be doing come the middle of May, May 15th until the 22nd, okay? And if you guys want to sign up for the Starseed Experience course, that is an easy way to go about things, because I'm going to put the link above and below, and you guys can check it out and read more about it. There's going to be a ton of live broadcasts and 4 mediums to assist, okay? So there's a lot that's going to be put into this course for a week, and it's only $155 for an entire week with 4 mediums, okay? So you can go to KristinDaviesMedium.com, or I will also place the links below and above, okay? Love you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Have a wonderful weekend.